Hiya! Oh, how are we doing, gang? It's me, it's Kitty. Kitty Cassis. Cassis, like the dark, sweet, viscous, slightly sickly liqueur. Only tolerable in very small doses. That's me. Hiya, gang. Welcome to Calling Kitty. This is the podcast with an audio podcast, and it has a visual element, and I say that every time, and I will keep saying that. I'm a creature of habit, and I know that obviously a lot of us are creatures of habits, aren't we? I hope that you are well wherever you are, treasures. I hope that you're doing well today. We have approximately 17 listeners at the last count. I mean, it's a small but dedicated listenership. And we also have one absolutely obsessed gentleman who watches every episode on YouTube and feels moved within his spirit to comment how this is, and I quote, utter shite. And for him, I am eternally grateful. I think his name, the last time I saw it, was XYG4565. So I hope that you're good wherever you are, treasure out there. Yes, welcome back to Calling Kitty. If you do feel moved, as that gentleman does, to seek out the visual element, just go to the YouTube link. It's going to be in the show notes there. I mean, why wouldn't you? Today I look absolutely divine and just quite subtle. I always just go for quite a subtle look, just sort of blushing bride look, on a wedding night, that kind of look. I mean, it could be perceived as brassy. It just depends on your perspective. All right. And if you're listening to this, wherever you are listening to this, I hope that you're all right. And I hope wherever you are, I mean, you could be listening to this you could be listening to this in 3035. Who knows? Who knows where you are and when you're listening to this? I am recording this in February 2024, and it is. I mean, if you're looking at a textbook, a history textbook, and thinking, I wonder what it was like back then, I can assure you, from the vaults of time, the globe is on fire. Quite literally, metaphorically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every other way that you can gather. But we carry on. We put one hairy knuckle in front of the other, and we just continue on, don't we? So what is Calling Kitty? Maybe it's the first time you've ever listened to this. Maybe you need to go back into the history books and listen to a few more episodes. You actually don't. There's no story arc to follow. We just drop into your lives and just give you a little bit of sunshine, treasures. That's what we do. Calling Kitty is for the woman who, after years of wearing a full brief underwear pant, will occasionally try to get to grips with a thong. And 3 hours later, fuming and irritable in the local shopping centre, walking around, chewing up the polyester cotton mix into her vagina, she will seek refuge in a public toilet, rip out the offending material, and just go commando around pound stretcher, vowing never to even look at a G-string again. Is that you? If that is you, you are me, I am you. I've found my tribe. I mean, I paid a quid for these knickers, and 70p's worth of it is stuck up my arse right now. Can I get them out with these nails? No, I can't. So that's off the table. I hope you are good wherever you are. I am all right, treasure. I'm all right. How are we doing? How are we doing? You might be having a lovely cup of Rosie Lee right now. How do you like it? How do you like your tea? Hey, do you like it pale or strong? I like it on a Dulux colour chart. I think I'd probably be a 4 or a 5. Okay. I don't want to be able to stand me spoon up in it. Not interested in that. But equally, I don't want like hauntingly pale. Do you know what I mean? That's not going to do it for me either. And what are we all drinking? Are we drinking Yorkshire tea? Tetley tea? Not an Earl Grey, surely to God. I mean, you might as well just spritz some lavender room spray in hot water and be done with it. Do you know what I mean? No. I mean, I am Northern. I don't know if you can detect just a slight hint of a regional accent there. And we like our tea up here. I mean, if there's any problems, it could be a really quite severe, tragic health diagnosis. Pop kettle on. Pop kettle on, Kitty. It could be, your petunias have just not bloomed the way you'd want them to. Pop kettle on, Kitty. That's what we do. And I find that I find solace in a cuppa. Let me know if you do too. I'm constantly almost like a needy child asking for your interaction. I can't do this podcast without your treasures. Write into me. You can DM me. You can even put a comment in the YouTube uh comment section. As you can see, I'm trawling through every platform to see if anyone's interacted with me. You can also get in touch on Hiya It's Me Kitty. That's HIYAITSMEKITTY .com. You can send me a little email on that, and I'm on all the platforms at Hiya It's Me Kitty. So get in touch, let me know what you like. A lot of my friends now, I've started to move up in the world, treasures, I'll be honest with you. And a lot of my friends are starting to use the hot water tap. Have you heard of this now? They've got rid of the kettle and they're going for a hot water tap. And the ritual it's gone out of it for me. I can't quite enjoy it the same way. I don't know. I don't know if I'm on my own with this. Maybe there's a group of you out there now, and that kettle is boiling, and you're saying, I agree, Kitty. This is what we want. Some of you, you might be converts to the Quooker tap. I mean, where are you getting your money from? That's what I want to know. They're bloody expensive, those things. No, but I can't get the same joy out of a cup of tea with the hot water tap. So let me know if you're finding that as well. And also the other thing that goes with a little cup of tea is a biscuit, isn't it? I mean, this is very Three Counties, BBC Three Counties radio stuff. This is what we're doing. We're scraping barrel at this point. I like a bourbon. I do like a bourbon. I also like a pink wafer, but sometimes it's just your classic McVitie's chocolate digestive and it just hits the spot, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? No matter what you're going through, I recommend getting yourself a good cup of tea. But do you know what? I'm on the aqua today. I'm on the aqua, just straight aqua. I know some of you can't bloody believe it. Mm. I've had a nasty case of cystitis this week for some God knows reason, probably because of the thong situation, isn't it? So I'm just trying to cleanse, treasures, just trying to cleanse as much as I can. And they say, don't they? What I like to do is I have hot water with an oxo cube, and that keeps me it keeps me nice and sort of purified, if you know what I mean. That's what I'm doing. I've been very, very busy in my salon this week. Some of you might know I am a beautician by trade. I do specialize in the natural look. That's what I specialize in. Although I have started doing lid lifts and it's been a revelation. Honestly, I had a queue round the block last week. And what I do is I just make a small incision in the lid and then just get the needle and thread from me sewing basket and just sew that up. And now everybody's got, I mean, a bit dry eye. We've had a few pink eye and a few dry eye. That's been the feedback, but we're still working on it. But I also have celebrity clients. I do a monthly manicure for Tony Blair. Now, obviously, I'm supposed to be full of discretion. I've signed documents to keep my mouth shut, but I figure that as we've got so few listeners to this, I can tell you this. I've got Tony Blair, he comes round. I mean, cuticles full of unexpressed remorse and unchanneled regret. Treasures, I can tell you that much now. Not only do I have celebrity clients, I've got some celebrity listeners. So out there amongst you, I know, well, Philip Schofield, he's written into me. He said, Kitty, I love what you're doing. Things are quite quiet for him at the moment, so he is looking for any podcast recommendations actually. So get in touch with him if if you've got a podcast. Who hasn't these days? Davina McCall, she sometimes works out to this very podcast that you're listening to now. Also Timmy Mallet, he likes to listen to Calling Kitty. And he did call in with a dilemma, but he asked me not to share it over the airwaves. So that's what I didn't want to betray his trust. You've got to build up your trust with your clients. Anybody who does work with the public, you'll know you've got to build up that trust. Then you can break that trust. Do you know what I mean? That's you've got to lull them into that false sense of security, and then you can sell the stories. All right. No, that's not what I do. I'm diversifying. As some of you know, I'm pivoting I've got lots of different strings to my bow now. I am the Jane of all trades, Maureen of none. That's what some people call me, the Swiss Army knife of skills. I'm actually selling vapes now. I've developed my own vape, and I'll do it in 3 flavors: marzipan, black pudding, and Huel. Okay, so if you fancy that, get in touch with me. All right, get in touch with me if you need a little vape. Listen, don't let people shame you into thinking that you can't do a vape. You bloody can. All right. You're not killing anyone. You're not harming anyone, are you? We all need a vice at this point in life. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. So get in touch if you do want Kitty's vapes. Lovely packaging. That's coming back from the factory any day now. I'm going to get the template, really just to sign all that off. But I would like to get some pre-orders in. So hire it's me, Kitty. Click on vapes, and you can get the 3-pack. I'm also doing a trial for liposuction as well. You can get that on there. You can get pretty much anything on there, to be honest. Now, what I always do say when I do these episodes, I say to people, get in touch if you've got any issues. All right, if you've got any issues that you've got, and I'm always trying out new jingles. This is my new jingle for if you want to get in touch with me. Let's see. Lovely. Yeah. You can shimmy. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? That's very end of the pier, that, isn't it? That's actually that's very on brand for me, isn't it? That is I love that. I'm having that. And it's also free, which also makes it very, very desirable. Okay, so I've had a letter in here. Dear Kitty, I need your advice. I've been married for 28 years and recently found my husband wearing my wedding dress. What does this mean? Oh God, from Susan in Scunthorpe. Susan, are you out there? Are you listening to me? Are you hearing this? Thank you for writing in, treasure. Now, what does it mean? I mean, the most important thing that I'd have to ask, first of all, is does he look better in it than you do? I mean, if it's your wedding dress, and let's say you've been married 28 years, what are we talking? Are we talking like a 36-inch waist? 32-inch waist? I mean, who knows? As you know, I'm body positive. Me, I don't see shape. But if he can fit in that, and he can get the bloody zip up. He must be doing something right, mustn't he? I mean, my husband Dave, he often wears my house coat. I walk in to find him wearing my robe. I think to myself, bloody hell, he's got good legs on him. Our Dave, he really has. And if I could get him up here wearing a leopard print thong, I would. All right. But he's got confidence issues as well. So he's got to build that up. Do you know what? How does that make you feel? I'd need a bit more information, to be honest with you, cock. Make sure when you do write in, it's a lengthy, it needs, um, I need context is what I need. Um, is that going to turn you on seeing him in your wedding dress? Does it unlock, a bisexuality that you locked away in a box years ago? Is that something that could be played with? Do you know what I mean? Gender and sexuality is a spectrum. We've been told this many, many times over. And in this day and age, you can do anything that you want to do in the privacy of your own home, providing it's consensual. Also, is your husband, maybe he wants to be caught by you? Do you know what I mean? I mean, is he wafting around doing flower arranging whilst in the dress, or did he seem shocked when you walked in? Did he seem embarrassed? Did it lead to something carnal? You know, um, I would say lean in, embrace it. All right, embrace it, and you know, don't be afraid of what you don't know. That's my advice to you, Susan. Was it Susan? Um, there's now wrong. There's now wrong with it. We're conditioned to think that there is something wrong with it, but there's now wrong with it. But if that is something that has given you the ick, on the other hand, you've got a different problem. Then maybe you could wear the suit that he wore on your wedding day. You could do like a role reversal. Do you know, like a Freaky Friday thing, isn't it? That's get get playful with it. You know, it doesn't have to be dead serious, does it? But you know, equally, if he's got other issues alongside that, you know, if he's not taking the bins out, for example, or he's spending all his money down at the club, this is something that you could use as leverage. I would never stoop so low as to do that. But equally, it's an option. It's on the table, isn't it? Listen, don't shoot me. I'm just the messenger. All right. Sometimes it's better to get these things off your chest. And if you've got any experience in this field, maybe you've caught your fella wearing clothes that he shouldn't be wearing. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you've gone through this, maybe you've had a conversation, maybe there's a dialogue that could be had. If you've got any advice for Susan, write in. If you want to throw your two pennies worth in, it's an open house, treasure. You can do that, not a problem. Get in touch. Hiya, it's me, Kitty. That's all you need to do. And actually, we did have somebody writing quite a while ago, and it's great to get us all involved. We're all a community, aren't we? We're all a community, and it looks like I always put the call out for somebody to get in touch and come on and talk to me, and it looks like somebody has done that. Let's just have a look. Here we go. Hello, is that Fanny?
Oh yeah, hi, it's me. Nah.
Oh, hiya. How are you doing? Thank you for calling in.
Oh well, thank you. I mean, now I had to call. I had to call because I've got a bit of a problem. Now,
What's your problem, treasure?
now I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not ashamed. I'll just tell you, I'm a dominatrix. Right, that's what I do.
Oh, you do that for a living, do you?
Exactly right. That's what I do. But lately, I've been thinking about how it's quite a taboo thing. You know what I mean? Like, when I tell people that, they look at me like I'm dirty or dangerous or like weird.
But I can see that, treasure. Yeah.
But like, don't we all have a bit of dirty and dangerous in us?
Couldn't agree more, cock. Couldn't agree more.
So that's why I'm calling. Right, I need some serious advice on just how to normalize people's filthy fantasies. Like, why can't we just talk about it?
Do you know what, Fanny? I am so glad that you called today. And it's like everything, I always say it's destiny. And it was meant to be today, because I don't know if you heard there, Sue has sent a letter in. She's kind of shocked that we all have bubbling underneath the surface, underneath the socialized surface. We have all got needs and desires, haven't we, treasure?
Oh, exactly. We all, deep down, have a kinky side inside. But people are ashamed. People are ashamed of it. And I don't think they should be ashamed.
And that's got to be hitting your business quite hard, Fanny, because if people were more open about it, you get more work. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Well, if anything, Kitty, it's kind of the opposite. Like, people come to me in secret, right? They come to me in secret into thousands and thousands, and if anything, I can't keep up. I cannot keep up with the demands to tickle people's toenails and gag people with ball gags, and you know, like, what about I haven't got time for my own kinky side.
I mean, you must be exhausted, Fanny.
I am exhausted about running around trying to just fulfill people's deepest, darkest desires. And I just think there's so many opportunities for people to do that in their own life. Take the thong issue. The thong issue. You know, people have uncomfortable underwear every day. Why not just yank it? Like, make it more uncomfortable. Like,
right.
Create your own pain is what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I mean, this is an education for me. Like the calling Kitty listeners. I think a lot of them will be clutching the pearls right now, especially those lot down in the care home. What they like to do is put this on the big screen and look at it. You are probably blowing their minds right now, Fanny. But what I love is we're unlocking a part of humanity that we don't normally talk about. You're right. It's sordid, isn't it? And it's pushed below the surface. And what we want to do, we want to get that out. Is that what we're saying? Like what we want to be walking around little in handcuffs, stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. You know, you use what you got. You don't even need special equipment. Like if you're in Lidl's, why not just run over your own feet with the trolley or get yourself stuck in it like a cage?
Oh, I love that. I mean, our Dave did have a little cock cage actually. It was
Yeah.
back in the early 2000s. He loved that thing. It brought him so much joy. But there is a part of like when you grow up and you're an adult and you've got a bloody, semi-detached house and a mortgage, you can't do silly things like that. But actually what you're saying is, let's get this, let's get it out, let's normalize it, let's embrace it.
Let's
Yeah.
embrace it. Why not?
Fanny, can I ask you a question? Did you train to do the job that you do at the moment? Did you go to Polytechnic College to do
No,
that?
no, I didn't. I have not. I am proud to say that I am fully self-taught.
Self-taught, yeah.
Self-taught, and I just learn as I go. And in fact, I'd say my biggest teachers are my own clients. You know, they've opened up worlds of what's possible in the world of sexual pain and displeasure.
I love that. And I reckon, a bit like when you meet a librarian who's very studious and serious, you to me, I think you'd be great at your job. You've almost got a bubbling anger. And I think that when you take that out on somebody's bare arse cheek, you are giving them a service that is second to none.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. I appreciate that because I don't often get a lot of thanks. People normally just walk away, their heads in shame, but it's a thankless job. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And I think there's probably a lot of people out there, a lot of middle management, a lot of call center managers who, if they come to you on a Wednesday, I'm sure in that meeting on a Thursday, they're a lot more tolerable
Oh,
to all of their team. Do you know what I mean?
to all of their team, to their wives,
Yeah.
but I'm just sorry that I can't reach everyone.
No.
I can reach those middle managers, but it's the everyday man, woman, and anyone else.
Everyone else, yeah. I mean, I have got one of my clients who comes here. She comes occasionally here for a wax, and which, I mean, you could say we're the Venn diagram of what we're doing. It's quite similar, isn't it? But Vera, I think she could benefit from coming to see you actually. And you've got a lot of road rage in my local area where I'm from. I'm wondering if maybe you could do a sort of car to car, a drive-through service, something like that.
Oh, yeah, a drive-through service.
Yeah,
And
maybe a rap on the knuckles or a punch in the face.
Yeah, or like just a boxing glove as I go driving past, just to whack them all down. Yeah, that could easily be done. That would be a good way of getting out and reaching a lot of people.
Yeah. And I also think, I mean, again, we're just spitballing here, calling Kitty listeners and viewers. If you've got any comments, get in touch. But we need a recruitment drive, I'm feeling like. A bit like with the beautician. I mean, you've got everybody doing collagen and fillers. You've got everyone doing the Botox. Now, everyone's got a syringe in the glove box and they'll get it out at any time, place. I'm thinking that we have a big recruitment drive just to try and get everybody, like you say, to have a leather whip on their person at all times that can be I don't want to take the work away from you, Fanny, but it seems to me like you're almost overwhelmed with demand.
I am overwhelmed with demand, and that is a great idea. And thank you for getting the word out there. There's lots
Yeah.
lots of things we could do. It doesn't. Yeah, everyone could have a whip, and then you've got easy access to self spankage. You don't always have to come to me.
Absolutely. I love that. It's almost like a DIY S&M. We've got all the acronyms going now, haven't we? Well, there's at least 17 people, as I said to you before. And obviously, I mean, you know who needs it the most? Me man who comes to my YouTube page every week when I post this to just remind me what a worthless human being I am. And in his way, he's doing his bit. And I think that actually, if we could get, if we could, like you say, pull one of his toenails, I think that would really, I think that would I think that would really benefit him and all of humanity in a way. Don't you?
I do. He's probably gagging for it.
I think that you're right. I think that you're right. And listen, we're not being gender specific, whether you are wherever you fall on the spectrum. I think human beings as a whole, we could all do with getting our rocks off, couldn't we? Do you know what I mean? That it's that line, that pleasure, pain, that line between pleasure and pain, isn't it? We need to explore that. We need to explore that. I love that. Fanny, thank you so much for coming and joining me. Look how easy it is, treasures. If you've got any burning issues, it could be what could it be? It could be the fact that there is constantly four-way temporary traffic lights, which are driving you insane. Get in touch. It could be that your business is you've got a problem with your business. Get in touch, just like Fanny did. Fanny, thank you so much. Spread the word, treasure, and I will see you very soon. Happy spanking. Ta-ra! Oh, do you know what? If that hasn't opened your eyes to what is possible, then I don't know what will. We're doing the bloody Lord's work here at Calling Kitty. Okay. We're meeting all sorts of people. You want to meet different people from different backgrounds, see what they're doing. Variety is the spice of life, treasures. Okay. I can only do so much for you. You've got to get in touch with me. All right. Now, listen, from the bottom of my colonic to the very tips of my acrylics, I've been Kitty Cassis. This has been Calling Kitty. Thank you so much. Remember, what do you need to do? You need to go and subscribe, write a review, and tell your friends. All right.